One day you're up kicking the ball with him, the next that you're being told he's 10% chance to live. In my head, to be honest, I actually thought we were going to lose him.
Cases like this are exceedingly rare. These are cases that you would maybe see once in a lifetime, once in a working lifetime, or twice in a working lifetime.
When the surgeons started to fight for his life, Ryan fought with them. And thankfully they gave him that chance.
Peggy Cinnamond is just 15, a footballer who excelled in every team he played for. Ryan's future pointed to a promising career in sport, but the unthinkable happened, and doctors had no other option but to amputate his legs. Tonight we tell Ryan's remarkable story, from the moment he fell ill at his home in Newry, to almost dying in the ambulance, losing both his legs, and now his amazing fight back. The tragic chain of events began on the evening of November the 10th.
He had been studying up in his room for a few hours for this module that was taking place the following day. And it was late, it was 11:30 at least, maybe, when he came down, and he said that he had pain, you know, his back was sore and a numbness in his right leg. But Ryan shares a room with Danny in his bunk bed, so it was annoying him, so I phoned the out-of-hours doctor and explained how Ryan felt. And they said it sounded like a trapped nerve, which was feasible when I think, right, you're lying on a bottom bunk. As you turn to get off the bunk, you could hurt yourself. So they said to treat it with heat and painkillers, which I did.
Ryan doesn't complain. Never ever complains about being sore. It was hard to take. I remember waking up about 3 or 4 in the morning, and Mummy was helping him in, and he was so much pain now when I think about it.
But Ryan got worse and complained of his legs giving way underneath him. Peggy was leaving her youngest son to school when she got the call to come home.
And as I came through the door, I just looked in and I saw Ryan on the couch, and I just remember how white his feet were. And I ran for the phone. I phoned for an ambulance. Now I have to say they came up very quick. Paramedic came up first in the car with the ambulance behind.
Ryan was rushed to the Daisy Hill Hospital just a few minutes away. A consultant there diagnosed a suspected aneurysm. This is a bulge in the blood vessel. If it bursts, you can bleed to death. Ryan was transferred to the City Hospital in Belfast. His life hung in the balance.
He had no palatable pulse from Banbridge to Belfast. The doctor and the nurse that went with him obviously were just working on him the whole way up. We know that when he got to the City Hospital, they were standing, waiting to whisk him straight into surgery.
Ryan's family were told he had only a 10% chance of survival.
The pain and the fear in the pit of your being, it's absolutely horrific. And we were told to get the rest of the family up as quick as possible. I definitely didn't think he was going to make it.
But there was worse to come. Vascular consultant Bernard Lee says Ryan suffered a ruptured aorta, which is when the largest artery in the body is torn. To survive, Ryan had to have his legs amputated.
When the aorta began to disintegrate, the first problem was that the blood supply was cut off to the lower limbs. Then the actual bleeding, the actual rupture took place some hours after that. When you cut off blood supply to the lower limbs, you have got roughly, at the most, a 6-hour period in which the limbs can get new blood supply. And beyond that, the muscle will die. And this was the case in Ryan's circumstances.
Ryan was alive, but it was still, his life still hung in the balance. His legs were going to poison him, were poisoning him. There was never a choice, you know. It was a medical decision that had to be taken because he would have died otherwise.
Last week Ryan had his third major operation. Many uncertain days still lie ahead.
He remains critically ill, and there are many problems that he has still to face and that we have to face with him.
But this young boy is a fighter and has already defied all the odds.
For a child of 15 to be now talking actively about how he's going to get back to football, not only football, but how he's going to return to his GCSEs, and to take such an interest in all that is being done to him and is happening around him, and looking forward to what he might be able to do in the next few weeks when it comes to limb fitting, he is just remarkable.
Ryan's parents, his brothers and only sister will be by his side all the way.
Life throws hurdles at everyone. Everyone has their own hurdle. Either you go up over it, you go under it, or you go through it. But as a family, we'll get round anything. We already have.
He will do everything he wants to do. He will walk, he will run, and he'll kick a ball. And whatever my son decides to do, I know in my heart he will achieve it, because he is a fighter.
Ryan Cinnamond's mum, Peggy, ending that report from Sharon O'Neill, and we wish Ryan well in his recovery.